Hi there and welcome to another video. I am Raluca and today I'm doing this sewn doll Halloween look. So if you want to turn yourself into a doll this Halloween, then just stick around for the tutorial. So this is the makeup that I wore throughout the day. I'm not gonna remove it, instead I'm gonna build on top of it. And I think this is really useful as Halloween is on Friday this year and maybe you came from your job or school, whatever, you had your makeup already done and you want to get ready for the Halloween party. Sort of like day to night makeup, but this time is day to Halloween makeup. This is gonna be so much fun. So I started with the sort of normal eye. I reached out for a pink eyeshadow palette and I started with this hot pink that I blended in my outer corner and crease area. And then because I'm lazy and I did not want to change my brush, I just wiped it a little bit and applied a transition shade, which was a lighter pink from the same palette. Then for my lid color, I reached out for this shimmery pink that I applied with a flat brush, sort of creating a bit of a cut crease. And then I topped it with some more glitter. I wanted the shade to be way glittery than it was, so I applied a more glittery shade. Then I used this white pencil from NYX and the lid just flew into another dimension. I tried to create the illusion that my eye is way bigger than it is. Then I realized that the pencil was way too bulky for me too, so I reached out for my flat brush and took the pencil on the brush and then drew with the brush. Then I sort of created the lower lash line part for the doll, sort of like you would apply lower lash line eyeshadow, but with my new created eye shape. And then I did a huge eyeliner. You don't have to be precise or subtle with this. I just applied it like doing a panda eye. Then I used the biggest false eyelash that I own. I just stuck it as usual on my lid and then as well on my new lower lash line. I hope I make sense. I drew my new lower lash line and then I stuck a lash on it. Then I had to connect that to the eye somehow, so I took my liner and I connected the new lower lash line to the upper lid. Then I applied blush, a lot of blush. It has to be pink, you have to be generous with it. And then I started drawing the hole in my face. So basically this is gonna look like the doll is ripped in half. Well, not in half, but like ripped in the middle and then sewn on top of it. First, I have to create the hole, which is like a black triangle in the middle of my face. And I started with a black pencil. I filled in with the pencil. And then I created more holes here and there, sort of like, again, like the doll is ripped in some parts. I created one on my cheek. I guess you could use face paint for this step, but I just used a combo of a pencil and eyeshadow because I did not have face paint. I did sort of like this Joker, sort of like it, like the mouth has been cut and again sewn on top of it. I did a hole on my neck as well because that looks creepy and that's what we're aiming for. And I did one on my chest because why not? It was visible, so I had to sort of add something there as well. I filled in again all these holes with the black pencil and then I topped with black eyeshadow to intensify the look and also to set it into place. This sort of adds more depth. The color looks more cohesive, so there's no patchiness in the black pencil. So I filled in everywhere. I switched brushes when I needed to, so when the line had to be thinner, I used smaller brushes and then bigger brushes for the bigger surfaces, of course. Look at me filling in all these holes. This was like therapy, like coloring. Very relaxing activity. Then around these holes, to create the illusion of more depth, I used that same white pencil that I used on my eye. I took it on a small detail brush and basically went around the holes to sort of like trace a contour for them. This sort of again creates a little bit of depth and dimension to the look. And then to intensify this illusion of dimension, I took a brown eyeshadow and applied it around the white. I switched a lot of colors here. I did not know which colors I should go for, so I started with dark brown. So yeah, now with my small detail brush, I went around the white and created this contrast between the white and the dark brown. But then again, I mixed two shades for this. I wanted to go for this color that resembles a wound, so that's why I went for a reddish brown. And then I switched to sort of like a mauvey pink, because it kind of looked like a bruise. I used that to blend out all the brown that I applied, sort of going around it. But then I realized that I needed something dark, so I reached for a gray eyeshadow. Again, that creates even more depth, because it's a contrast between that white and the dark gray, and the dark gray just looked a little bit more realistic to me than the reddish brown that I used initially. Well, in fact, all these colors together are adding layers to the illusion that I'm trying to create. Again, that depth, illusion. And then I started to create the sewing holes. Basically, I will add yarn on my face, but I had to have some holes around, some small holes around the big holes that the yarn is going to be attached to. So there's like holes in my face that should be poked with a needle. I mean, I don't want to poke my face with a needle, but in theory, that's the illusion that I'm going for. So I went around the wounds, and then I realized that I'm gonna add some toy stuffing on my other eye. Oh my god, my fridge is making noise just now as I'm recording a voiceover. Anyway, so I added some gray, and then I stuck toy stuffing on the holes. I used lash glue. I think this is like the safest option to use on the face. Again, probably regular glue works as well. Do I recommend it? Not really. So I think lash glue is the safest, and then I used lash glue again to stick little pieces of yarn in the holes that I previously created. I stuck them in X shapes as well as just straight left to right shapes, and I did not film the whole process because my camera battery died, but you get the idea. I just stuck these with lash glue. And then I took more of that dark gray to add around the holes around the yarn. I hope I make sense, again, to create some more depth, and also because I covered most of those little holes with the yarn itself. Whew, this is moving fast. So for the lips, I used a nude pencil on the corners and then red lipstick in the middle to sort of create another illusion that my mouth is a little bit smaller than it is. And then I stuck a button on my face underneath the eye that is naked right now, but it's not gonna be naked for long because I'm gonna add toy stuffing. Of course, if you're gonna wear this look outside, if you're gonna wear it for Halloween, probably you don't want to go around with stuffing on your eyes, so just repeat the other eye, I guess. And that is the finished look. I hope you like how it came out, and if you did, don't forget to actually like it. It helps a lot. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. I wish you a very beautiful day, have fun this Halloween, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!